Welcome to the channel, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Just on the road. I wanted to put this out for you. The big thing about covert emotional incest and narcissistic tendencies is the link between the two can be like this. It can be the narcissist can come at you from a third person position. The narcissist can come at you and do severe damage to you from the third person position. It's triangulation really, but I want to put it in the third person. You can start a relationship with somebody. It might be with a father, mother, daughter, son that's in a covert emotional incestual relationship, and if the father or the mother don't like you, or the son or the daughter don't like you, the next thing you know, if they're a narc, they can come at you from a third person position. They'll work against you through the person that you're with. They'll balk, they'll interfere, they'll decharacterize you, they'll defame you, all because they can't mirror who you are. They can't withstand the person that you are. The last narc I was involved with, my last question, the last time I saw the guy was, am I a good guy or a bad guy? These people are the judge, jury, and executioners of their victims. They do it all themselves. I mean, you're at the mercy of the mindset of the narc. And the last thing he said, I said, because I wanted to get some shit straight. I mean, it had all gone too far. It was a covert emotional incestual breakdown where they can't stand the parent or the child drawing attention away from them anymore, and you being the person that's doing that. I mean, you're just in the relationship to play the role of a partner, but you're contending with all this emotional incest bonding that's being challenged and frustrated by your presence being in a relationship with the person that you're with. The last thing that I was told was, yes, you are one of the good people, which I'm thinking, what right have you got anyway to be coming up with these conclusions, right? All I'd been was kind, listening, subjective. See, narcs don't want you to be subjective. That means narcs don't want you to take away their victim mentality status. They don't want you to take away their hierarchy role within the family. You're not even doing this, but you're just showing stability, consistency, discipline, self-care, self-regulation, no dependency on anything or anyone. This all challenges the narcissist because they're irregulated. It's all emotion-based. You'll find these narcissistic families run on fueling and feeding their irregulated emotional slavery. And if you stir up one of these people for whatever reason, usually due to the fact they're seeing themselves in the mirror of your life and they don't like it because it's not adding up the way they would like, this is the funny thing, it's all stealth, it's covert. That's why it's called covert emotional incest, enmeshment, parentification. They will passively aggressively, third person, work at the backside DNA side of the relationship to punish you for being who you are and what you represent and bring. You can be a person that's worked on themselves for decades. And that's not going to matter to a covert emotional incestual partner, because partner who's the third person, that means if you're with the mother, it'll be the son. If you're with the father, it'll be the daughter. If you're with the son, it'll be the mother. And this can work through step parents and all this other stuff. Covert emotional incest has just got a way of wrecking everything in its path. It just wrecks everything and everyone. Nobody comes out unscathed if you're not aware of what it is. And it can go on for decades. But if you're not aware, if you're naive enough to think that these people aren't working against you in the background, you need to do some more research and study, because they're vicious, they're malicious, they don't want you in the picture. I mean, you can be with this person, for the partner that you've got, for 8, 9, 10, 12 months, and the third person, the other person, the child or the parent that's covertly enmeshed emotionally incestually with their parent or their child, will not want you present, will blatantly, this is the narcissistic side of it, will not want you present. So everybody else is going to go, everybody else is going to come along, but you're not. You're not coming along. You're not welcome. Because you undermine their self-image. You undermine their grandioso perception of themselves, because you're actually doing what they wish they were doing, but they haven't made the effort. They haven't done the work. They got no intention of doing the work. They have habits that are undermining their visions. They've got perspectives that are undermining their potential. And I've been with these mothers and said, look, just encourage them about me. And the mothers won't do it, because underneath they've got damage from men, and they won't talk you up. They won't enable you in a way in which you can speak into the lives of these young men that will have a positive outcome for them. You're on the back foot before you start. Therefore, these young men, by way of domestic culturalization, by way of what they've seen happen to their mother, will, before you even start, be at enmity with you. And it goes for girls that are with the sons and the mother coming at them. It'll go for boys that are with the daughters and the father coming at them. Women that are with the fathers and the daughters coming at them from behind. This is relentless. It doesn't stop. It's enmity. How do you deal with it? The first thing you need to do when you know the attacks start is step back. Do not try and defend yourself. Do not entertain the vileness and maliciousness. Just stay neutral and watch. Watch what your partner does. Usually they'll do nothing. They won't stand up and say, hang on a sec, this person's got every good intention for me. This person has come with the best interests of us. They won't do anything, and therefore it'll just keep wearing away at the substructure of the relationship. The person that you're with will keep turning up, but they're carrying with them in the spirit the enmity that the other person has. It's like they're having an affair. They actually are having an affair with you, because they're holding the position of the covert emotional incest in their mind and heart in its enmity. And your spirit and soul will pick up on this, and you'll be going, look, I'm trying to build a relationship here, but it's just, there's an emotional detachment from this person, because they're too preoccupied with the complaints and objections of the family member. They're trying to build a relationship with you, but they can't because domestically, parasitically, it's being undermined and infiltrated from behind. And you'll see these people, their minds swimming. They're trying to move forward with you. They know there's value in you, but they can't because the parasitical DNA extra maternal bond keeps pulling it apart. And it's going to win. In the end, it's going to win. And you have no right to judge these people. Yeah, you can share the dynamics of it like I do and how it works, and, you know, the little bitches and bastards or old bags or old, you know, interfering old men and all this. That's what it really is. But the dynamics behind it is absolutely so destructive and detrimental to everyone. The ones that lose out in the end are the people that are in it, because the parents always, 9 times out of 10, ends up being resented. The child ends up dysfunctional, the adult child, and they'll get partners here and there, but they won't be able to hold it. And if you mix drugs and alcohol and all that with this, these people have got no chance. They end up with bottom dwellers, people that aren't going to go anywhere in life because they're the only ones that they can control. Anyone with any discernment or character about them, they can't hang on to because there's too much awareness as to the dysfunction that's going on. And it just goes on and on and on and on. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop coming at you. So you need to learn about covert emotional incest. Don't be judgmental. Just know that the third person is going to be pulling your relationship apart out of jealousy and envy, out of seeing themselves in your life. And it's not... See, I'm not sure how it works from the other side. Like if you're coming into one of these situations and you're a bottom dweller, like a drug addict or an alcoholic, I think it'd even be more severe because there'd be less respect. If you're coming in straight and the best version of yourself, really trying to represent yourself as best as you possibly can, and you're getting enmity in that position, I can't imagine what had happened to a bottom dweller that's on drugs, alcohol, disrespectful towards themselves. These people would prey on that person tremendously. But that's what will happen too. These people will meet people that are in order and trying to be the best version of themselves. And when that fails, they'll go down in what they'll expect as a partner. And that's the destructive nature of covert emotional incest. It just undermines everything positive that these people have come their way. I've seen it so many times now. They end up with addictions. They end up with alcoholism, medication problems, health problems, definitely mental health problems. You'll hear of them going to psychologists and psychiatrists, but they won't fix the covert emotional incest because there's too many things related to it. They have security in it. They know they're never going to be left alone. It gives them an identity. It plays into their victim mentality. They can justify each other when they fuck up and mess up. They can encourage each other to be promiscuous and dysfunctional. There are a lot of negative advantages that these people play into with covert emotional incest and feed into it. It becomes addictive, it strokes their ego and their lust. And ultimately they end up with no one, just a parrot that can't whistle or talk, a dog with 3 legs, a snake that can't crawl. Some end up with ferrets that just eat everything and wreck all their furniture. Covert emotional incest wrecks everything. And it harms and maims the people that are in it and the people that join onto it. It's very destructive. And these people will be aware of it and can see what's happening, but their emotional bind, their loyalty bind, just feeds into the destructive, dysfunctional aspects of it, and they just can't find their way out. It's very, very destructive, very nasty, very cruel, merciless, and cruel. Cruel most of all to the parent and the child that are doing it. Because if you're onto it and you're aware of it, and they keep punishing you with it, the best thing for you to do is walk away. Walk away, because the end result for those people, whilst they got no foresight or self-awareness, is not going to be good. Walk away. Find someone with some stability and salinity in their life. Someone that will communicate and wants to work through things and get through the time that they've got left in life as positively and with the most serenity and power that they can have. Covert emotional incest will demasculinize you. It will try and defeminize you. It'll try and make you look weak, and you're just watching it and you're just going, this is absolutely pathetic. But that's what it'll do, and these people will be convinced that they're in some way they're destroying you or wrecking you, but they're not. Not if you got your wits about you. The bottom dwellers, I don't know how they deal with it. I think they all destroy each other anyway. Man, it's heavy. It's really, really heavy stuff. It's earthly, soulish, and demonic, the Bible says. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison. Bye for now.